right, it's the day we've been waiting for. I've had this $80 OEM Terminator hood waiting in my laundry room for like 6 months now. But today is the day we're gonna throw that thing on here. Now, while I love the stock hood, it's you know, it's classic. This one, you know, it's got some love marks on it from the previous owner. Actually, maybe not love marks. It might actually be the opposite. Either way, it's got some marks on it, and let's be honest, the 03 to 04 Cobra hood is just so sick. I've always wanted one, and we've had one sitting here, and now we're ready to install it. That does mean that this hood is actually gonna be for sale here pretty quick. So, hood from a 99 to 2004 Mustang. It's perfect, has no scratches. It is just like it rolled off the floor, no spray paint, nothing. So, yeah, hit me up. Without further ado though, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Ethan. This is my 2000 Mustang GT. This is episode 9, I think, of Save the Stang, which is the series we're doing of bringing our Mustang back to life. We've come a very long way from where we started. We are doing one of the major mods I wanted to do today. I'm so freaking excited, and I'm so excited to have you here with me. You may be wondering, oh, Ethan, why haven't you put the hood on yet? And I have a couple good reasons. One, we didn't have these bad boys. We got some hood pins, gold, to match the engine. We need these because I don't trust that hood at all. And I was worried it was gonna fly up and kind of whack me in the noggin.
Yesterday.
Since we have the hood pins, I feel confident that we can safely run the Cobra hood. It had some damage. If you recall the episode where we actually got the hood, did a lot of repairing, but still, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Now, not only did we need the hood pins, we also needed vinyl wrap. The good news is vinyl is gonna be here tomorrow. So the plan is we're gonna put the hood on today. We're gonna go ahead and drill our holes and make the spots for our hood pins to go up and do the hood pin things. And once we do that, tomorrow, hopefully, we're gonna lay some black vinyl wrap on this Cobra hood, and it should go in seamlessly with the Cobra bumper. I am so freaking excited. We're gonna go ahead and jump right on into this. So we're gonna take this hood off, throw it on the table, go get the Cobra hood, bring her on out, see if we can get the bolts lined up. Before we do that though, happy new year. Thank you so much for joining me again this year. Last year was an absolute blessing. It was so incredible. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I can't wait to see what this year's gonna bring. If you haven't been following along with the OBS Resurrection series we're doing, we're making some really good progress in that thing. It should be running Saturday, maybe. Anyway, be sure you go check that out. We're getting really close on that, but let's get in here. Pop the hood of the sombrero. Don't even ask. Stay. All right. Should have another person for this, honestly, but it's just me. Lift with the back, not the legs. Just remember that. Oh, come on, baby. This is why I have back problems now, I swear. Honestly, not too bad. I'll be calling the chiropractor in the morning, but it'll be fine. The gold, if you're wondering why I got it, I think it's gonna look really cool on there, and the gold happens to almost match the engine. That's really good. So I wanted to match the engine a little bit. There's more gold coming to the car this year. Not to spoil anything, I kind of said too much without saying enough. Anyway, that's why we went with gold. Now we have to figure out where we want our hood pins to actually come up. We have to drill a hole in here for them to go. I'm kind of thinking there. We're gonna do some research. I did meet some researchers, and I found out that I'm a dummy. And really, we're just gonna unscrew this, drill it out so we can fit our hood pin thing in there, and then it'll just stick up straight through there. Good news is, I didn't make a mess at all getting this out. Nope. Not the whole pile of clothes over. Goodness. Yep. Ah. Two-man job. All right, I went ahead and gave her a little and flipped her over so we could get a look under here. If you recall, we did a lot to this hood to get it like where it's kind of okay. You can see all the panel bonder all throughout. Right up in here we got some. Over here, we don't even have studs. We have bolts because they were stripped out. So put some rib nuts in there and these bad boys, and we're just gonna run it. This is why we have hood pins. This hood has really been through a lot, and that's kind of the reason why I'm still gonna put it on the car, because if I cut it up to add, say, vents and stuff, I'm not gonna feel bad about it, because this hood is already pretty damaged. It's pretty worn, so it's gonna work just fine. Now, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I did this once already. I forgot to turn the mic on, but I love you guys. So I'm gonna do it again. And yeah, nope, not gonna be any easier this time, I think. Yeah. Just, okay, stay there. Don't go anywhere. Ooh. It went somewhere. Man, it's just so much easier with two people. I know you were here. You can't stick your hand through the phone. I wish you could. Well, I'll tell you something. Definitely the only time I'm gonna be removing this hood by myself again today. Maybe tomorrow though. Now I can just tell you right now, just by laying my retinas on it, it ain't gonna be lined up. We're gonna have to do some, you know, get it right. Beautiful evening now. Beautiful. It's like January the 5th and it's like 60. God, it's great. So let's go ahead and fall where you're supposed to be. Good. All right, let's just see. You know, well, I mean, it's kind of weird. I ain't even kidding you. So last time this gap was, I mean, it's like that. All the way down, which is not anymore. Now it's too wide down there. I went ahead and adjusted the hood bracket over before we put it on, but I don't know. This side though is honestly pretty dang good all the way. Like I can live with this. So I think what we're gonna do is the right thing, and we're gonna adjust the fender on that side. Yeah. I think we're just gonna do that. Sounds easy. Gotta say, I'm actually impressed with how we've got this. The gap is identical pretty much-ish on both sides, which is great. The only thing, it's just a little higher on this side than it does over here, which is translating down to the end of the hood. So I'm gonna do the right thing and not look into why that's happening, but I'm gonna put washers on the side that's lower. So everything on this car is perfect. Welcome to a new day, the day after what you just watched. I've been doing a lot of figuring out today on how we're gonna do this. I think we've got a good plan going. I'm gonna take this bad boy out, put the stud in there, and then we're gonna run it up through right here in the hood. So it's gonna look something like this. This is just mocked up. It's not like for sure good in there. Gotta wallow out that hole a little bit just because of the size of this stud. It's really tricky to tighten it, but we can make it work. Now the first step to that, taking this out, you see it has little plastic clips on there. Get yourself a screwdriver, just gotta pry these off. Once you have it pried off, we have to make the hole. So we're actually using the Dremel tool and we're kind of wallowing out just a little bit. This is just barely too big until we can get this to slide in there. We're gonna put this in and then we can start working on the hood. About 5 minutes of work later, and we are good to go. There's a little slot under here where you can slide the bolt. I found it easiest just take the headlight out, just pop it out. You can stick a little needle nose pair of pliers in there. Makes it kind of easy as it can be. Now that we have that done, we're gonna get some grease or something just to put on the ends of those so we can mark where we have to drill into the hood. It's a two-step process for this hood. I'll show you how we do it. I went ahead and put some tape on the points where the hood pins are gonna make contact. And I got some bearing grease. I'm just gonna put just a little bit on each one of these to mark where we need to drill. All right, in theory, this should work pretty easily. And look at that. That is just the perfect little mark on each side where these need to go. That is so cool. So the plan of attack, we have to drill a little pilot hole in there. The hood is 2 layers. We found this out very in depth, if you will, from doing the whole hood repair. Hood is 2 layers. We're drilling a little pilot hole through the first layer and then drilling a 1/2-inch hole, I know, through the first layer. Then we have to do this again with more grease so we know where to drill in the second layer. When you're doing this, try to drill slowly so you don't damage the upper side of the hood before you're doing it. Luckily I didn't. I got kind of close though. Our holes are drilled. We're gonna go ahead and lower this down, make sure it actually fits where it's supposed to, and then we're gonna repeat the process with grease for the other side. It is time to drill the second pilot hole into the top layer. So we put some painter's tape on here so we can mark where it's going through. The goal here is not to drill all the way through, but just to drill enough to where you can see where it's kind of poking up through the tape. So it minimizes the damage to the top of the hood. We got our hood pins greased up one more time so we can let the hood down and mark on the inside where we need to drill. We have our grease marks inside our holes right here. So now we're gonna drill the pilot holes and then come from the top side and drill the big hole. Bing, bada, boom, baby. There's our hole. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of sand this up, clean this up a little bit, and then see if it fits. Well, would you look at that? We're just about there. Hood pins are sticking through. We need a little bit more length, at least on this one. This one, we might need just a tickle more. So this is after about 17.5 years of sanding. As you can see, it's just everywhere. Wear a mask, kids. It's not fun to breathe this in. It's not fiberglass. CNC composite, similar but different. Now I did utilize the hood stops on here, little bumps. I'll show you how I did that, but I wanted it to get level, and honestly we are really dang close because those little hood stops are in place. I actually took out the last fender bolt. It's the same thread pattern, and put the hood stops in, and this hood, I gotta tell you, is very secure. Super happy with it. All right, the fitting of the hood and the hood pins is done, and man, I am so excited. All that's left, we're gonna take our little fancy Milwaukee marker. I know, I'm very excited about these. We're gonna mark where we need to draw the holes, and then we're gonna just drill little holes for our screws to go in. Well, would you look at that? Now, I did lose 2 of these. Don't know how. Also, something to note, don't put the screws in line with where the actual pin has to go. Put in a little angle so you can actually insert it. I'll do it the hard way. But come on, would you look at that? I am so happy with how that looked. Once the hood is wrapped black, hopefully tonight, these gold accents are gonna look so sick. I'll put a link down in the description on where I got these. They're super cheap, just off of eBay, but the important thing now, vinyl wrap, baby. That's right, we're just wrapping it regular gloss black, hopefully to at least somewhat match the car. So we're gonna hop to it. We're gonna get this hood wrapped to the best of our abilities. My experiences with wrapping have been very mixed, as you can see by the truck. It's on there after like 3-4 years, but pieces are peeling off. That's not gonna happen with the hood. We're gonna do this right. We're gonna get it done. Tomorrow we have some car shows to go to, and hopefully I can show you all how good it looks. there she is. What do you guys think? Was this a good move or a bad move? I swore after my truck I would never vinyl wrap again, and then I did it. And I remembered why I swore I never would do it again. This hood was far more difficult than I imagined it would be to wrap. The vents and stuff were just, they were tough, and they didn't turn out perfectly. We're gonna have to get this redone because I'm just not totally happy with it. However, from afar, standing back here, if you squint, it looks really good. You can't see any of the imperfections, which there are plenty. Stretching this vinyl to get it over the hood, God, it was a pain in the butt. But we did it. We stayed up till 11:30 getting this thing done, and I gotta say the gold hood pins against the black, oh, I love it so much. Like I said, I don't think this wrap's gonna stay on very long for a couple of reasons. One, I just don't think it's gonna stay on very long because of the way I did it. Number two, I'm not too happy with it. So we're gonna redo it eventually. We might paint it. I'm not too sure yet. Leave your suggestions down in the comments below. I really wanna hear what you guys think. Obviously, we don't have the vent inserts right now, which doesn't really help our case with this section of vinyl. We'll be getting those soon, hopefully. It's really cool. You can actually feel all the heat coming out of there. Super nice. Hands down, I underestimated this hood big time. I thought it was gonna be so much easier than it was. Just all the angles and different curves in the hood, and then the vents. It was tricky, and stretching that vinyl in just the right ways proved to be just a little more than I can handle. But if you are a vinyl wrapper and you're in Texas and you wanna work together to get this car where it's supposed to be, please hit me up because I am definitely interested. And if you're hiring, I graduate soon. I might need a job, maybe. With that being said, though, I'm super happy with how it turned out. The Cobra hood project has been a long time in the making, and I'm super glad that we're finally able to at least get it on the car, give us some hope for the future of this car. I'll tell you what, though, it is so crazy to think that this is episode 9 of Save the Stang. 9 episodes of this. I can't even believe it. Thank you guys so much for all your support. The car has come such a long way since we started this Save the Stang series. I am so happy with it. Big things are coming in 2023. Y'all are not ready for what this car is about to become. With that, though, it is time to end. Thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this video. If you're new here, man, welcome to the garage. If you're coming back for more, you are a real one. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to see episode 10 of Save the Stang and some work on the 91, which turned out kind of interesting, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, y'all keep it classy when you're out there changing the world like I know you will. I'll catch y'all really soon.
I'm not doing this to try to make a name. I just like the way
We're gonna go ahead and I can't speak. I did me some beef jerky. I did me some what?